of the show is here. The part that I'm most excited about is that tonight I've got two very brilliant actors, Wakio Mzenge and Emmanuel Mugo, stars of County 49, the latest Showmax original. And I remember there's one thing that I've always been very intrigued with, and that's acting and actors. I've had a couple of acting, I would say, what are they called? Cameos, but never really done something fully fledged. And I really want to know more about all things acting. So they're here to dissect the Kenyan acting industry and just give us an in-depth analysis of what exactly takes to be an actor. Plus, tell us about their latest, original that everyone's been watching and everyone's been loving. I've heard a lot of good things. I've seen a lot of good things about it, and I've watched a couple of episodes myself, and I have to say, I like what I see. So with me, we've got Emmanuel and Wakio. Thank you for coming to Easy Friday.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having us, man.
Yeah, it wasn't very easy to get here, but
we're here. But we're here. So first, tell me, County 49, it's very political.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot that's happening in the backdrop of politics, plus it's drama, and I feel like there's one thing that I really, really enjoyed is the trailer. I watched the trailer and I was like, I'm hooked. That was brilliant, especially your intro. Well, very powerful.
I think that's the purpose of a trailer.
Yeah, and I think the job was well done. So props to whoever did the edit and director. And of course, actors, well done.
The whole team.
When you first got the news that you're going to be a governor, like, what did you feel? Did you ever think that you'd play such a role?
Well, not really governor, but I did really look forward to a time when I will do a political show.
Really?
And, yeah. Obviously, after either a politician or a lawyer.
Okay.
Those are some of the things that I was really intrigued by, because it's watching Viola Davis, in How to Get Away with Murder. Then you just get intrigued with that powerful woman and how of course I would imagine, like, how would it feel if I got that opportunity to do something like that. And interestingly enough, when I came to audition, I wasn't auditioning for governor. My first audition was auditioning for the wife of the ex-governor.
Oh, interesting.
So the role of Agnes,
Okay.
So after I did my first audition, then I was told, you just go try and get that speech and then you come back for the audition. And then I went and came back, and voila, we are here. So kudos to me.
Madam Governor in the house.
Yay to the work.
Right? Well done. What about you, Mugo? Like, when you first went for the audition, what were your thoughts? Like, this is something that is very different from what you've done in the past. You've always been the boy next door. You've always been lover boy. You've always been, I feel like he's always been into such roles. And then, of course, he's done a lot of action as well. So in this particular role, like, what were your thoughts? What were you thinking? Something different? Were you excited?
I was pretty excited at first because the role I play wasn't the role I auditioned for.
Oh, you too?
Yeah, I went in... Okay. Daddy Mato is in the film.
Yes.
He's in the series as well.
Yes.
I auditioned for his character.
Oh, okay.
It's because I saw the character had this military cop vibe going on.
Authority.
Yeah, this authority thing going on. And I think I was really drawn to that kind of character. So I remember making a whole monologue and coming to audition, and I was so on. But they were like, okay. Okay. But... We'll see. So the callback happened, and turns out maturity thing, and I had to try it for another character, which happens because it's also a rejection game in a way. What we do, you may want to do this character, but something about you may not really agree or quite fit with that character, and that alone can change everything.
100%. And it's interesting that you've mentioned rejection, because I think as an actor you have to go through
it's a rejection game.
So many auditions before you land your first job as an actor. Do you remember the time when you first got your first gig as an actor? Like, how was that process and journey for you? Did you have to go through very many auditions, or were you one of the lucky ones? Tell us.
Did I have to go through many auditions? No, I did not have to go through many auditions.
Too talented.
No, it's not about talent. It's about that for me, I'm a believer of God, and I believe those who wait upon the Lord, He will renew their strength. He will mount up with wings as an eagle, and they will soar.
Amen.
And I feel like sometimes you just need to be in the right place at the right time.
Yes.
And then it becomes your moment. What happened for me, I went for an audition, my very first audition. It was a series that was happening somewhere at Norwich. And then at the audition, I met Eddie Peter and Musa Mwaruma. And Eddie Peter was already in a show called Pendo in NTV. Am I allowed to say NTV?
Oh,
okay.
It's all right. It's all good.
So yeah, Eddie Peter was in that show. And he saw me auditioning because we're auditioning right in front of everybody.
Yeah.
And he saw me auditioning, and he pulled me aside and told me, there's a role happening on Pendo, and I think you would fit that role. And he pitched me to his producer. Then his producer called me on a Sunday afternoon. I went with my whole family, my kids, my husband.
Wow.
Because it was a Sunday afternoon. And I walked in and I said, hi. I was like, I'm sorry, I came with the whole troupe. And she was like, okay, you start on Tuesday. And that's how I got my first job.
Wow.
So sometimes it happens differently for different people.
Yes, of
that's my
course.
first TV job.
Yes.
But I had already done a few plays on stage with Heartstrings Kenya, so that had already started propelling me forward. But when you talk about auditions, in auditions there are great actors, there are very good actors. In fact, there are exceptional actors at the auditions, and doesn't mean that they will book the job.
Right.
Because it's beyond. Sometimes it's usually beyond your craft.
Yeah.
It's about how you will sync with the other people. Like, he's getting a role of a son, so they might have considered the dad looks like this, so maybe
a bit
he
more mature.
so now then he does fit, you know. So there are things that are usually beyond the actor. And sometimes I tell people, as actors, we are the last in that food chain.
Right.
We have no control sometimes because decisions are being made in a boardroom for a show to be done. We are not aware. And by the time they're calling for auditions, you're lucky to know that there are auditions being called. You're lucky to be able to fit that role. You're lucky to be able to book that gig. You're lucky to maintain that character, and that character doesn't get killed. So it's all just a game of luck. And we are always motivated because we know that it's like an exhale.
Right.
What's the point of being a dormant volcano when you can be, you know, erupting all the time?
Erupt.
It can be lava.
Yeah.
Hey, okay. Explosive.
Explosive.
Mugo, tell me about your journey. I know you've been doing this for 11 years. Yes.
So far.
He's been doing it for 11 years, and he's pretty young. So I'm just like, okay, when did you start? Tell me more.
When you were 12?
I was pretty young, guys. I was pretty young.
Do you remember the first moment that you landed the job, and what did it take to get that job?
Man, are we talking about, say, TV gigs in
Yes,
this
of
sense?
course. Your first time on screen.
Yeah. Oh, my God. I've been hungry for this thing for a very long time. Let me start by saying that. I kicked off with doing set books and all that stuff. Eventually, 1, 2, 3, got into uni, and then short film here, short film there.
Right.
I ended up working with Tahidi High.
Oh. That was your first.
That was my first. Shout out Catherine Amoyo, Uni Mamangu, in a way, in a sense. So yeah, right. That's what's up. I was an extra.
Oh, okay.
For a good 2 years. Ours was
for 2 years.
Yeah, for 2 years. For 2 years. Say this is a scene. This is a scene. It's you. This is a scene, right? Mine was to walk in the background, to just a background, and you know, you just do your thing. You just walk from A to Z and back again.
For 2 years.
Yeah. Before I even say got a character name. So it was a journey, man. It was a journey of proving yourself, of you being hungry for your art and really wanting to express
So
yourself.
you literally landed that job by like just walking. You walked into the director's life.
Of course, you had to walk into the role. But the first thing was, hey, wait, tembe before to upewe role, ama anything else happens. But of course, you go on and you end up proving yourself. 1, 2, 3 things come together, and bada bing.
Bada bing.
Bada bing, bada boom. So,
Interesting.
and we give thanks for all that's come.
He once acted as my prospective son-in-law.
Really?
Oh yeah, this has happened before.
Yeah.
Speaking of Selena, let's talk about that, because I know she's won a couple of awards for Selena, and you know that's where I feel like we literally got to see the best of you. That's what I believe. I've watched you as you know, in that particular role, and you were brilliant, and you know it got you to win awards as well. So when you were doing that particular role, did you ever envision it to be such a rage, and everyone was just like, wow, she's good?
Well, point of correction, I did not win any awards with Selena.
Okay.
But Selena as a show did win quite a number of awards.
Which Kalashas did you win?
I have never won any Kalasha, but I have been nominated twice.
That's it. So the nomination.
3 times. 3rd time is a charm. Looking forward to that. Anyway. Anyway, what was your question again?
My question was, you know, when you started doing the role for Selena,
yes,
like a lot of people, I feel like they noticed your work in that particular character.
Okay.
And people started liking you a lot.
I think, you know, for a show that lasted that long, because it was almost 6 years, for a show that long, you know, if you have a lead or even supportive role, you have a chance to be more visible. So for actors, visibility is key. Like, people need to see, and need to see your craft. They need to see how you sculpture the characters that you play. And the thing that I kept doing for myself, because being in a series for that long, you might actually end up being boxed into that particular character.
Yes.
So I kept doing plays in between, and I think that's where people started seeing the range and the difference of characters that I can play, because I did quite a number of plays with Back to Basics. And for me, I know people might be excited about the things they see on screen, but when I'm on stage, I think that's when I do my most powerful performances on stage. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. What about you, Mugo?
I miss the stage.
Do you miss? You just said you missed the stage.
Yeah.
What is it about the stage that's so different?
Oh man, don't get us started. We'll perform, drop cameras. Here's the thing. For TV and film, the expression is very subtle.
Okay.
Yeah, the expression is different, right?
Then it's here.
Yeah,
there's a lot of
it's
this.
really close. For theater,
body language.
That person who paid for a ticket and is at the door,
he needs to see
should hear me and feel me from where I am right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then immediate feedback.
Right.
You know, when you're with the audience, you get immediate feedback.
Exactly.
They either cheer you on,
and you feel, oh, let's go.
Yeah, or they break your hat and make you walk even harder.
Either cheer or jeer. Right. Interesting. Do you know, I've actually noticed this myself. This is an observation that I've had. When you are an actor on stage, I feel like when you transition to being a movie actor, sometimes, like, I feel like there's a lot of criticism that comes with it because they say that you are just meant to be on stage and you belong there.
Yeah.
And yes, exactly.
Yeah.
You are very theatrical.
You're very theatrical in your performance.
So when you're in a movie, people notice that, especially the intonation. I guess when you're talking, your diction, everything is just very stage-like.
Yeah.
So I've heard and I've seen this comment in a lot of places before. People have had this conversation time and again. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, yeah, the transition needs effort on whoever, because these are different mediums, and different mediums need different performances.
Right.
So you need to be conscious of those differences. And but if you said you watched the trailer for County 49, did you see any overly theatrical performances?
Absolutely not.
And most of us are actually from stage,
I think
including the
directors as well, because you guys have been doing this for a long time now.
For sure.
Right. So as you said, I think the transition needs some work, and I feel like you guys have finessed that, and maybe
say that again.
Say it again.
Finesse.
Thank you.
So like, you know, for some I think the younger actors probably, as you said, maybe they need that fine tuning, and for someone like that, are there any schools or academies that they could go to, and like, are there any active acting classes per se that you can go to and enroll yourself in if you want to learn how to become an actor in Kenya?
Yes. I think this is one thing, if you want to be anything, you have to know about it.
Yes.
So if you want to be an actor, you have to know about acting industry. You need to like do your own research on where is this industry coming from, how old is it, is there an industry, what are the bodies around it, who are the actors, who are the stakeholders in the industry. You need to be curious about it first. And if you're being curious about it, you will land onto certain things that will help you to put a foundation on the industry. One, you will meet veteran actors who might, you might network with, and they might train you or they might give you advice. You will know about, workshops that are happening. Yeah. There are schools that do offer theater. KCA University is one of them, and it's very big. KU University also offers. Enroll yourself. There are also scholarships, for residencies that happen. Right. I am a beneficiary of a residency, and I'm sure there's so much by Art Exchange and CISP. There are so many things out there that can help you to add some level of education, some level of skills to your craft. Okay. And they're available, but you need to be nosy enough.
Yeah, you need to want it, man.
Yeah.
You need to want it. At the end of the day, man, it's all about, do you really want it? Yeah. Yeah, you want to be an actor, you want to do this, you want to do that, you want to get to that level of life. Yeah. Whatever. Yeah. Do you want it?
Do you want it? How bad?
How bad?
And imagine it's work.
Imagine it's work.
It's
at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's work. Yes. So just do it like work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this conversation. I'm sure you've seen it time and again on Twitter. The same 5 faces being seen over and over again when it comes to Kenyan movies and Kenyan shows. What's your take on that?
Which are those 5 faces?
We've seen Pascal Tokodi, Sarah Hassan, I don't know, Nick Mutuma. There was 2 other names. And Brenda Wairimu, and there was one more. I've forgotten.
I'll ask you something Jenny asked me once.
Tell me.
When's the last time you saw Brenda Wairimu in a TV show?
It's been a long time.
It's been a long time.
It's been a long time.
Nick Mutuma?
Long time.
It's been a long time.
Things have changed.
Yeah. Things have changed. I really think, especially 2020.
Yeah.
2020
it's so unfair because that's what they do for a living.
Then why
so when you keep saying that you're seeing them too many times, like if they haven't gotten a job, like I think Brenda Wairimu, the last time we saw her was on Selena.
If
she hasn't gotten another job and she has a family to feed, she's got a kid,
Imagine.
It's just absurd. I think
such conversations.
And people don't get tired of seeing Denzel
They don't.
Washington.
When I saw this conversation on Twitter, my reaction to this was, exactly, you're never tired of seeing a Viola Davis. You're never tired of seeing someone like Denzel Washington, as she said. Like, so why are you saying that someone in Kenya, if they've been seen in 2 or 3 shows, you disregard the whole talent that they have? And maybe they're just better than anyone else. Right?
Yeah. Well, the Kenyan audience is very hard to understand and also appease. And I think sometimes sisi wenyewe, I don't know if I can speak Swahili, lakini
no, of course you can.
Sisi wenyewe hatu appreciate wale wa kwetu.
Yes.
Tunapenda sana watu wa nje.
Lakini
hatupendi kujiappreciate sisi wenyewe. Na kama tungejiappreciate sisi wenyewe, ungeangalia tu, all these artists are people who have families, people who are working. They're
working hard.
Yes.
They're working
and
hard.
They go for auditions.
Yes.
People go for auditions.
You know, there's this misconception. There's a myth actually that like if you've been in the industry for 10 plus years or 15 years, that you're actually called and you're told, okay, this role is yours. There's nothing like audition, but please,
I can't wait for that time.
Please clear the air.
Call me, please.
Clear the air.
People go for auditions. County 49, for example. I know the guys who would be like, I know Jambo. We've seen him in Igiza, we've seen him, in County 49, we've seen him in Kina, we've seen him in so many shows. But Ainea Ojambo goes for auditions.
Wow.
He does.
I like that.
And you see, maybe people his age, actors his age, don't think like, we have to go for auditions. We've been in this industry for so long. But then that's how they miss out. Because you do not go for the call, then how do you expect to be cast? So people need to go for auditions.
True.
We had
regardless of who you are.
Regardless of who you are.
Yes.
I remember the auditions had the who is who when I attended for County 49. And they did not feel like, because I'm from another big show, now I should not come for an audition. You're looking for work. We are constantly job seekers as actors, constantly.
Just like anybody else.
Just like anybody else.
Yes.
So we'll be out there, if you guys will be tired of us, we'll still be going to look for work. And if we fit the brief, we will be cast. And we will do our best to do phenomenal work. Create magic.
Love it. Creating magic indeed. Let's talk about the Kenyan industry when it comes to, you know, movies, and now we have originals. Of course, you know, the platforms that have really just changed the dynamics when it comes to entertainment, like Showmax, for instance, you know, Netflix, for instance. Like, I feel like back in the day, if you wanted to be cast in a show, you had to go to, as you said, NTV, KTN, Citizen, KBC, right?
You should have started with KBC.
Yeah.
KBC was the home of all theater.
Exactly. So it began here. It began there.
Yeah.
So, but now things have changed. You know, you can either even release a short film on your own Instagram, or you could possibly just put your movie on YouTube, or, you know, get an original, for instance, on Netflix or Showmax. That's a bit harder. But do you think that these opportunities is what is helping the industry today in terms of growth and in terms of just taking it to the next level?
Of course, because first of all, I feel expression has been given room, right? More and more artists are now coming forth with their work. They're more brave to express what they want, and guys are eager for this work. Yeah, guys have been seeing films for the longest time, and they want to express this. They've been watching films that have been amazing for years, so the bar's been set really high. So as a filmmaker, I want to express myself and see if I can I do this like I saw in this particular film, or something better. As a performer, can I get to this level? Can I tell this story in this way and take this industry to another level? You know what I mean? So it's all growing in a very good way, and I think whatever's happening, let it keep happening. And let it blossom even more, please. Please.
Let's not stop here.
Yeah, let's not stop here, guys.
Absolutely. There are two things that I see these investors are adding to the industry.
For sure.
One is they're creating competitiveness. Because there's a monopoly in terms of broadcasters who would show your product. So that means they had the muscle to stifle the budgets and, you know, to make it literally very difficult for you to create content of quality. And so by having so many people who are interested in your broadcasted material, then the competition is very high. And now even local broadcasters now have had to up their game in terms of acquisition. Like, they cannot just commission shows for nothing, or, you know, for little, because now people have, the quality has been raised, and now people have to use proper cameras, they have to use, you know, expertise and all that. So that has really helped to grow the industry, because now the competition has made people to up their game. Secondly, I think there is a huge gap between working actors and job-seeking actors. The majority of actors are constantly looking for work,
jobs,
and very few have, you know, regular work or regular income. Like, I think myself and probably Muga are talking, and Mugo are talking from a point of privilege, because we have work. Like, I have had work for over 6 years with Selena, and that's a huge privilege that I honestly do not take for granted. But that gap, what these other investors are coming and people who are interested in the craft here are doing, is narrowing that gap. Because now there's so many people who are able to get work. A show like, for instance, Salem, a show like Kina has so many actors that are young, not just what people say, the same old faces. And so these opportunities are allowing us to make it actually an industry rather than a playing field.
I like that. I like that a lot. Quite an insight there, I must say. Thank you for that. I'm going to do a quick rapid fire with you guys, because
what is that?
So I'm going to ask you a few questions, and you just have to give me 1 or 2 words as your answer. That's it.
Okay. They better be about County 49.
I hope so.
And about you guys as well. Like, you know, I'd like to know more about Wakio. I'd like to know about Mugo, right? Okay.
I trust
you. Let's start off with you, Mugo.
Yes,
please. If
Emmanuel Mugo wasn't an actor, what would he be? Quickly, I need an answer.
He'd be a news anchor like you.
Hey, okay.
Right there.
Coming for you.
Right
I like
there.
that.
Coming for your job.
In your eyes, who do you think is the best actor in Kenya?
Oh, Lord. Actor in Kenya. Right
best
now.
Best actor.
Jesus.
I mean, could be old from back in the day, could be now.
In the day.
Whoever. Who did you look up to? Your best actor?
I'm going to answer the same questions.
Of course you are.
Okay, cool.
Always.
So she has time to think. Go on, go on.
Same. I would have to say John C.B. Okumu.
Okay. Best actress in Kenya?
Best actress in Kenya, I will have... Amen. No. Cheki nimepiga shughuli na wewe na nakuheshimu vibaya.
Haina shida.
I will have female, yes?
Yes.
Nungari.
Okay.
Nungari. Kauta Nungari, she played Mama Almasi in Machachari.
Okay.
She
was in midlife crisis.
Midlife crisis.
Yeah.
She was in, who remembers way back, not Akina Sumula Penzi. It was on NTV. Jesus, I forget his name.
Can't remember.
Nini Washera was on it. Nini Washera was on it. Sumula Penzi. Was it Sumula Penzi?
I don't know.
It's fine.
Wingu la Moto.
Wingu la Moto. Yes. Wingu la Moto, that's the one. Wingu la Moto.
My director, Mark. Not me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wingu la Moto, that's the name I was looking for. That's
it?
Yeah, that's another.
Best Kenyan movie to date that you've watched. Go on.
Poacher.
Our time is ending.
Poacher,
okay.
Poacher.
A role that you think you could have done better from a Kenyan movie.
From a Kenyan movie?
Yes. Any role of any actor that you saw, watched, and you think that you could have played that role better. Mugo.
Oh, gosh.
Hurry up.
Cheki, Selena Pascal Tokodi, I'm coming for you.
Okay, this is a wrap. Nice. Wakio, let's go. If Wakio Mzenge wasn't an actress, what would she be?
She would be two things. She would either be a teacher or she would be...
Go on.
A dancer.
Community developer.
Love it. Okay. Best actress in your eyes in Kenya?
Akidiameni.
Just say one. The top of your mind.
It's not fair to say. No,
one.
They're almost like four on top of my mind.
Okay,
right
say
now.
two. Say two. To
I
be
say
safe.
two.
Yes.
Okay. I would say Marian Nungo.
One more.
Okay,
fine. Best actor in Kenya in your eyes?
Bruce Makau.
Okay. Best Kenyan movie, best Kenyan production to date?
I would talk about Nairobi Half-Life.
Nairobi Half-Life. That's mine as well, by the way. Good choice. And lastly, a role that you think that you could have played better?
I really do not know.
You don't know?
Think about it. Any show.
Any show? Any movie?
Unajua.
No.
Unajua.
You say, ma.
He's already said. Pascal
No, mine. For you.
Yeah.
Which role you would have played?
Which role I would have played better?
Which one was Ila NTV Ila Amali?
What was that called?
Yeah.
The role of Usha
in which show?
Apart from,
Usha in Mali.
Okay.
Usha
Interesting.
Well, I think...
Nah, you would have pulled it off.
Yeah?
He said it. I didn't.
Okay, cool.
No, you have the spirit.
All right. Thank you so much. That was incredible. A last message to your fans to watch County 49.
Oh, please.
Yeah, so County 49 is on Showmax. We have 3 episodes up already. Every Thursday, you be sure to get into the Showmax. Aki, if you have not subscribed, subscribe.
Please.
300 Bobaki. Just subscribe and get Showmax and watch every Thursday. We have new episode coming through. It's a 13-episode series and it's so fascinating. It is a drama, it is a thriller, it is political, it is entertaining, and you know Kenyans will love politics, so it's a mashup of all the things that we like. Make sure you watch
That's it. She said it. Last words?
Time to make history.
Hey, mic drop. Drop the mics. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. It was an absolute pleasure having both of you on my hot seat. And, you know, all the best in future. Looking forward to seeing more of you and looking forward to seeing you continue to create magic when it comes to your art. You guys are awesome. So
Thank you.
kill it.
Thank
keep
you so
killing it. And
much.
keep
Thank you so
just
much.
making us want more.
Yeah.
All right.
We will.
That's a wrap. Asante
We'll do our
sana for
best.
tuning in. This is Easy Friday. We'll do this again next week, same time, same place. But don't go too far because the entertainment continues. Just me signing out. Shiksha Aurora, time to go home. Call Jax coming up next with Disco Funk. Get your dancing shoes on.